Hi, my name is Rachel Hennessy and I'm a lecturer at the University of Adelaide. My masterclass is on how to plot a novel. So, where to start? The thing about a novel is that it is long. You might start out with a great creative idea and then peter out at about 10,000 words. And remember that a commercial fiction novel is between 70 to 80,000 words, so you've got a long way to go. I'm going to talk about three basic elements of a novel: character, setting, and storyline. So where do characters come from? The thing about when you're starting out as a writer is that it's best to stick close to home. Think about people in your lives, people who maybe you think of as characters. Could they be the driving force of your novel? Then you want to spend some time thinking about your main character and their personality. One of the ways to do this is to use a character questionnaire. Who do they fear most? Who do they admire most? How would they like to die? And don't be afraid of not having all the answers. Often you'll find out about your character as you begin to write them. Sometimes it helps though to have the basics sorted out: age, gender, cultural background, and family. So setting is the where of your novel, and it depends a fair bit on what kind of piece you're trying to write. If you're writing contemporary fiction, then you might want to use a place that you've lived in or you've travelled to and you know really well. If you're writing historical fiction, then you'll need to do a fair bit of research to figure out what the place looked like and felt like in the time period that you're trying to write in. If you're writing science fiction or fantasy, then the parameters of your setting are yours to make. But just remember that sometimes limitations can actually help you out. For example, if all your dwarves can perform magic but none of your elves can, then you've already created a point of conflict for you to use further down the track. So finally, story. A young boy discovers he's a wizard and then has to spend his time fighting and saving the world from the evilest wizard that's ever been known. A woman falls in love with a man she thought she completely despised. A young girl fights in an arena for her life and her family, while maybe falling in love. Perhaps you recognise these one-liners. Harry Potter, Pride and Prejudice, The Hunger Games. These one-liners might have been written after the book was finished, but it can be really helpful as a writer to think about your story in terms of a one-sentence description. It'll give you a sense of how the whole book might be coming together. Writing this one-liner might seem daunting before you've started the novel, but just like thinking about character and setting, this should give you a framework for the house you're trying to build. You can think of these three elements, character, setting, and storyline, as the blueprint for where you might want to go, allowing for the unexpected when you actually begin to write creatively. Happy writing.